Howdy, howdy, everybody. We're here with a, well, you can see the stream title. We've got Pokemon Soul Silver. We've gone pretty heavy on the randomization options for this one. Frankly, I've forgotten exactly what all is randomized because I did that all about a week or two ago, and I've kind of forgotten some of the settings. But we have some pretty heavy settings. I know I went pretty heavy on it. We got the Pokemon evolutions are randomized. All of the Pokemon that should show up in the wild as normal are randomized to shop items. I think I might have also randomized movesets, but I honestly don't remember. I think I left stats alone, and I might have also randomized their types. I cannot recall at this moment. Either way, things are going to get very, very interesting here in a minute. So, if you guys will give me just another couple minutes to finish setting a couple of things up, we are going to hop into this, and it's going to be quite fun. We should also have the custom names up and running, and I don't know who is where at all. I do know that the rival battle, when you first fight the main rival at the beginning of the story, I know that it randomizes into giving him an actual name, but then you're able to choose to change it once you pass that part of the story. So I think when we get to that point, we're going to let chat kind of have a decision whether they want to keep it as it is, or if you guys want to, change it into something that is more interesting for you guys. But I think I've got... yeah, that should be fine. Anyway, I did go ahead and I went and did the... Oop, didn't mean to do that. I did go ahead, I got the basic part set up. I went through Professor Oak's introduction, before you start the game. Oh, our friend Ethan has a Rhyhorn. Hey, bud. What you doing with that, huh? Alright, alright. Alright, Professor Elm, what Pokemon do you have? As you know, Pokemon are carried in Pokeballs these days, but before the Pokeball was invented, people used to walk with their Pokemon. Anyway, Professor Elm's gonna have us choose one of these Pokemon and walk beside it. Oh, that is one quick thing. I forgot to reset this. Sorry, that's from our last Pokemon playthrough. We do not have 6 badges. We have not even obtained our Pokemon yet. Alright, what's inside? We have Nidoran, Machop, or Combee. Okay, so it looks like I left the types alone. And if we left the types alone, I feel a little bit more comfortable doing this as a Nuzlocke. I haven't quite decided whether we're just doing randomizer or if we're going for a Nuzlocke yet. I don't feel particularly comfortable doing a poison type or a fighting type, since they both have some immunities we'd have to worry about potentially running into. So we're gonna go with Combee, even though this looks to be a male Combee, who in theory, I think with the evolutions changed, might be able to get something going. We'll find out. Give a nickname to the Combee, because part of the settings is that it's supposed to be a Pokemon with 2 evolutions. Possible. So I think the Random Evolutions has something in store for us. Anyway, what are we naming our Combee, guys? Taking suggestions, but without suggestions, I'm leaning towards Buzzy, which could get very fun and interesting depending on what he evolves into. If he's capable of evolution. Bob? Oh, Bob's a good one. There are a couple of Bobs in the randomized name list. Alright, we got Bob. Also, Minor Chica. Hi, nice to have you on. That guy? Oh, you mean the redhead? Ethan's already named, unfortunately. So we got a Combi. Nerd with glasses. Oh, the lab assistant. Yeah, Bob. Okay, okay. So what's going on here? So this is the famous Elm Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? And he shoves us out of the way. Ah. I can't wait to find out what you're named. Alright, hey Mom, I got a Pokemon. Gotta tell you that I'm leaving and you give me the Pokegear. You're gonna go find a guy with glasses. I mean, to be fair, I used to be a guy with glasses. Alright. So, typical rules. If I haven't decided if we're doing a Nuzlocke yet, and we have some time to figure that out, because Nuzlocks do not start, in my opinion, until you get Pokeballs and the ability to catch Pokemon, which in this game takes a little bit. So let's find out what's in the grass. We have a little bit of an opportunity to do some scouting. Oh, a Noctowl. Okay, a level 2 Noctowl. That could be fun. Bob has Mold Breaker and Charge Beam. Okay. Bob, what the fuck? Okay. Bob has Charge Beam and Mold Breaker. For those of you who don't know, Mold Breaker gives you a boost. Not a boost. Mold Breaker nullifies a bunch of abilities. I think most abilities. Basically allows you to ignore a whole bunch of abilities. We really should have taken a look at those stats. We're gonna do that now, actually, because I don't remember if I randomized them. Really good special defense and especially good speed. Wait, Judgment! I did not notice that we have Judgment. Oh my god. Wait, that's awesome! That means the elemental plates are actually kind of important and interesting for us to get. Oh, that's so fun. Guys, our starter has Judgment. For those of you who aren't huge Pokemon nerds, that is a move that is typically exclusive to the Pokemon that created all other Pokemon. Arceus. So... Aw, man, get to see that in action. That's fascinating. I didn't know Judgment was up for grabs. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. The movesets are randomized. Oh my gosh, Azurill? Wait, this is before Gen 6. Azurill might still be water type. Azurill has Tri-Attack. Okay, chat, this is so fascinating. We did lose like $60, but we're back home with Mom. Yeah, we have all this time. We haven't even spoken to Combi, who is now mad at us for letting it faint. I'm sorry, Bob. We'll get back out there and we will show them your Judgment. Oh, Milotic. Yo. Look at that. Oh man, I don't think I've even seen your Gen 4 sprite. So we don't have any stab moves right now, which is interesting. Minor Chica, any luck on finding that guy with glasses? For the more experienced Pokemon nerds here, you might have noticed we already have the ability to run. Which does mean that the Guide Gent is a little bit useless to us. But we still have to, unfortunately, put up with his unskippable cutscene. Thankfully, we've got fastest text enabled on here, so we are able to just kind of blow through most of what he says to us very quickly. Anyway, thankfully, we are not, like, really blowing through enemy health, despite getting a couple of levels. That's really good, because, we want to be able to catch some of these guys when we come back through here with Pokeballs. And we can't do that if we knock them out in one hit. Anyway, here's the guy who's telling us how Pokemon works, just in case we're newbies. I'll run it through really quickly. This is a Pokemon Center where we can heal our Pokemon and store our Pokemon. This is a Pokemart where we can buy Pokeballs and other useful items. Up here is where we're trying to go. And this guy is showing us the sea, as you can see. And telling us that certain Pokemon are found in certain places. Except that's not true anymore. Certain Pokemon are found in certain places, but it's no longer water types are typically in the water. And it's now, there's some random Pokemon that live in the water for some weird, odd reason. Oh, also he gives us a map. Very useful. We forgot to heal our Pokemon. We should go do that really quick. Oh, there's a Venusaur in these parts. That's interesting. Normally, we'd be pretty good against that, being a bug and flying, but we don't have any moves of our type. We don't have any stab moves. But we've got Judgment, which is plenty strong. Venusaur could be a really interesting route, what is this, 32? A Route 32 catch? Anyway, let's see what this is. A Firestone. So with evolutions randomized, I don't know if I don't know what Firestones evolve. What Pokemon have a Firestone evolution. So that might be important, or it might be completely useless to us. I think it tries to maintain the level at which Pokemon will evolve. The level and methods, so if it is something like a Firestone, it tries to keep that it's a Firestone. It just randomizes what it evolves into. That's my assumption. But I could be extremely wrong. We're actually gonna cancel. We are getting kind of a high level. And like I said, I don't want to come through and just completely body everything. We're gonna pass this house because it's not the house we're looking for. And this guy's gonna get mad at us for some reason for not going into his house unprovoked. And they give us an apricorn box, because it's important to the story, I guess. It's really not. There's no part of the story that requires you to have apricorns. Oh, that was fast. So now Judgment is a grass-type move. I wasn't expecting us to get one of the elemental plates that quickly. Cool. The stars have aligned. It'd be really good if it were, you know, the bug plate or the flying plate. That way we'd have a stab move, but it's just not in the cards. Alright, let's see if we can run from this as well. We don't have a good type advantage. At all. Oh, hi, Gyarados. We're gonna keep running. We might fight a couple of these guys on the way back, but again, I just don't want to get too overpowered in case we decide to do the Nuzlocke portion. Sorry, very stream of consciousness, like thoughts as they happen right now. As we're kind of figuring out how we're doing it. Anyway, here's the Pokemon guy, Mr. Pokemon. He gives us the egg, and then he introduces us to his friend Professor Oak, who gets all excited about who we are and how cool we are hanging out with a Combee that apparently has judgment. The judgment of the Divine Creator. So he hands us a Pokedex to record our findings. In this really odd situation we find ourselves in, where there's a Gyarados in the tall grass outside of Professor Pokemon's store. Anyway, we decide to go on our way back when we get a call on our Pokegear from Professor Elm, telling us that something happened and we need to get back to the lab immediately. So we're gonna rush our way back there, but not before we get interrupted by a Butterfree, which is pretty reasonable for this tall grass. And it's apparently exerting its pressure, which means that our PP is going to be consumed faster than it should be for using our moves. Which is an especially big problem, but I think we nullify it with Mold Breaker. Honestly, Charge Beam and Judgment are both really powerful moves, especially for early game. Oh, Poochyena's an option! How sweet! How cute! An adorable little puppy. Now, oddly enough, there's no Pokemon deities. There's no gods hanging out in the tall grass. Just a bunch of, honestly, relatively normal Pokemon. Gyarados was an extremely odd choice to be hanging out in the grass. Alright, chat, really important moments about to come up as soon as we get out of this Pokemon Center. It's like, out of the corner of my eye, I saw somebody rushing away from the lab. Or at least from the direction of the lab. Who is this that's running towards me right now? Calling us a wimp, being an all-around dick. Anyway, this is... We're getting a glimpse at his Pokemon card. Artificer Aries, who sends out a Machop. Okay, the God of War has challenged us to glorious combat. Let's hit him with a charge beam. The Greek God of War has challenged us to glorious combat. Minor Chica, you ate too much, but you still have chicken nuggies. Bring them here! I'll finish them. I love chicken nuggies. Wait a second, is this an attempt to get me to eat? How dare you? My advice is donate them to your local chicken nugget eating freak like me. Perchance. Anyway, what do you think of Ares being our rival's name? That's what the randomizer has decided on, but we do get the opportunity to rename him if we want. Are you happy you won against the Greek god of war? Give it back, that's my trader card. You saw my name. Yeah, it's Ares. Anyone else find it weird that the God of War has a just has a trainer card and is following most of the battle rules? Oh, a Duskull. That could be fun. Alright, time to test out whether this plate actually works. Judgment. It does. Hello, Sophia! So nice to see you on stream. How are things going? And we got a damp rock. Guys, I just picked this rock up off the ground and it's like slightly damp. Should I put it back? The stream's going good. We've only been live for, you know, like 20-ish minutes. But we've got this whole new Pokemon game going with a lot of randomization. And also we're talking to the cops, who are just now accusing us of committing a heinous crime of stealing a Pokemon. Anyway, we got his name off of his trainer card. It said it was Ares. Also, I want to get a review if anything's good. Are you having issues with the artwork? Not having any issues with the art. The only thing is I can't really upload the emotes to Twitch yet because of some fancy nonsense bull hooey. I basically need to fill out some tax forms before I can do it, which is very frustrating to me. So chat, I want your opinion. We battled him, we picked up his trainer card and it said Ares. We could give the cops the proper information, what was on his card, or we could, you know... Yeah, unfortunately, it's real tough getting affiliated. I just gotta get some more consistent views, though. I've met all the other requirements. Just gotta get a few more consistent views on some of my, streams. But that's no matter, you know, I have a couple of loyal, dedicated fans, and I'm sure they're enjoying the content. Yeah, I've got the hours in. I'm actually well over the hours and the time streamed. I just need the viewers. I just need to consistently get like 3 viewers on a few of my streams, that's all. Which my current statistics say that we are at right now, so if we could maintain that, that'd be pretty wonderful. Anyway, I'm not seeing any feedback on the naming thing, so we're gonna go with Ares. How many streams? I mean, I could pull it up real quick. Da-da-da. Yeah, path to affiliate. I've got 32 out of 25 followers. 25 and a half hours out of the 4 that I need. 21 different days out of the 4 that I need. And I just need, and I have 1 day of 3 average viewers out of 4. So I just need to average 3 viewers for 3 more days. And I will be set. Or 3 more streams, rather. Awesome. It'll be great to have you here. Anyway, we've decided to tell the police that, that guy's name was Ares. You know, Greek god of war. Don't know how much they believe me. Minor Chica, you're slightly too late. If you would have brought it up, we could have called him Bob. Fortunately for you, there are a couple of Bobs. Oh, I'd be delighted if you decided to bring some people. Anyway, Ethan's going to teach us the catching tutorial. Which means we'll finally have Pokeballs and the ability to catch Pokemon, so the actual Nuzlocke can start. My gosh, it's a Marowak. One of my favorite Pokemon. Which reminds me, we have a chance to start the Favorites Clause again. Alright, we got the Favorites Clause. Everybody give me your favorite Pokemon that is Gen 1 through 4. I can't eat the Marowak Minor Chica, but if everyone can give me your favorite Pokemon that is from Gen 4 or before that, we can put it on the favorites list, and if we see it, we can catch it despite it being a Nuzlocke. We call it the Favorites Clause, and it's really good at helping me keep a team not dead. You'll have to hit me up later and, you know, after the stream. But I would probably be interested in joining the Discord. I'm not much for group chats myself. We should probably eat that grass too to get some veggies. I do agree with you, Minor Chica. We should eat the grass. But Minor Chica, favorite Pokemon. Come on. Give it to me. Okay, we have the opportunity to catch this Noctowl. Not a big server. That's fine. Judgment. Alright. How much damage are we doing? What's the damage? Okay. We might still be able to catch you. We really should have checked on the Poke Shop and see what they had. We almost had our Noctowl. A Noctowl is the big part of the reason that we got so far in our last randomizer. In the Pokemon White version, the one that went on for as long as it did. So I am more than excited to get one on the team, officially. When it needs to think, it rotates its head 180 degrees. I don't think that's how brains work. Alright. What do we have for a name for this guy? And it can't be Bob. We've already got a Pokemon named Bob. Any suggestions from the chat? Because if not, I do have an idea. I'll start typing. I'll type slowly, and if you guys can think of something before I finish this. No? No suggestions? That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, guys. We're gonna be going with Robert, then. We've got Bob, we've got Robert. But anyway, we're hurting a little bit, so, Why don't we go and just heal up? Just real quick. You know, since we are now going to try to follow Nuzlocke rules. So a lot of people dislike this this thing where you let your mom have some money and she spends it. I always thought it was kind of nice, you know? She gets you little gifts. To the best of my knowledge, it's the only way to, like, receive a whole bunch of the berries that are available in the game. Alright, unfortunately, we've already had our capture encounter on this route. Oh, that Aqua Jet likes it move first. We do need to take a look at what's going on with our other Pokemon, our new guy. What have we got? What's your story, Robert? Weather Ball. Okay, Wing Attack. Chatter. This might have been before that got removed, that it had all the abilities. I don't think we have the capacity to speak into it. And I kind of hope it doesn't. It doesn't have an item on it. What was your ability? I neglected to look at it. Oh! You don't take recoil damage. Okay, that's sick. Let's put you at the top. Chatter. Oh god, it's preparing the microphone. Oh, I love the animations. I love the following animations. I just love them so much. Oh, Cherubi! Oh god, Lusterpert. Ah! Why is this cherry so shiny? Help! Drill Peck. It was so shiny, it nearly blinded us. Anyway, while we're here, let's get this apricorn as well. Head on into the Poke Center and get ourselves some Healies. Yeah, we're not exactly too hurt, but we don't want... We can't be too cautious this early in the adventure. And then the Pokemart, because I could certainly use some extra Pokeballs. But what do you sell, good sir? An Expert Belt and a Custop Berry. So move first just once in a pinch. That's pretty cool. And then let's get some potions. We probably won't have to worry about getting poisoned as much as we would in the normal game. You know, there's no Weedles around trying to oh god, there's a Zapdos though. Oh, and wait, you're my encounter. Oh my gosh. You're my encounter on this route. I'm probably not going to be able to catch you because all I've got are frickin' Pokeballs. But you also are only using Mud Shot? Nope, there's Thundershock. Oh, it harms our flying type quite a bit and does that. Hey Bob, you want to maybe come out and handle this? Maybe you can tank a Thundershock? a little bit better. And let's see if we can just catch this Zapdos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a little bit rough. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. We really don't want to run into legendaries this early, especially as a encounter that we're allowed to catch, because of this. Bob is probably too strong to not kill it. So I do know they eat some Pokemon. Magikarp, for example, and a whole bunch of other Pokemon have a specific distinctive taste. I know Farfetch'd, the reason that they were almost driven to extinction. We're gonna run from this, unfortunately, meaning we do not get to capture a Pokemon on this route. I don't know if the type would have an effect on the taste. Smarter people than me have answered that question. And or failed to. Really? You're just gonna rub it in my face? Well, how about this? We're gonna run. We're not dealing with you. No. See, why couldn't we have run into Bulbasaur, or into Venusaur? See, Noodle Nate. Oh, most definitely. I can only assume you're responding to Minor Chica's question about types having an effect on taste. I'm gonna just go ahead and get rid of chatter. I want nothing to do with that move. So see, Noodle Nate, it's your first time chatting here. I have a question for you. What's your favorite Pokemon? Specifically, what's your favorite Pokemon before Gen 4? You know, that would be in Soul Silver, Heart Gold. Somewhere. Is this thing on? Testing, testing. Mic check. Can you guys hear me out there? I can't tell if y'all can hear me and just ain't listening. I just lost, so I'm trying to find more Pokemon. Wait, you look weak. Come on, let's battle. I assure you, I am not weak. Huntress Asgore. Ah, yes. Asgore, the famous Huntress. Don't have a great type matchup. But there's nothing stopping us from just spamming Charge Beam. Charizard, that's fine. Charizard's Gen 1, that's real simple. Let me just write that down. It could also be that we're on a pretty big lag. Anyway, so, Nate, you might be unfamiliar. We have what's called a favorites clause here. In the event of Nuzlocks, basically, if we encounter one of you guys' favorite Pokemon, we're allowed to catch it, even if it goes outside of the normal Nuzlocking rules. Which are that we can only catch one Pokemon per route, and it has to be the first Pokemon the first time we encounter it on that route. Yeah, so if we find ourselves a Charizard, we're catching it. And I will say that normally we extend to all of the possible evolutions of Charizard, so if we find a Charmander, a Charmeleon, or a Charizard, we'll catch it. And I'm going to extend it this time, but a fair warning, they might not evolve into Charizard. And since we've got one Favorites Clause person, I will add my own personal one, which is Cubone. Cubone and Marowak happen to be some of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I know, we're giving Gen 1 a lot of love on this. Anyway, Huntress Asgore is asking for our number. And something I want to show you guys. For some reason, it saves the trainer class, but not their actual name. So now we've got Huntress Joey in our contacts list. So that's fun. Anyway, what's our health looking? We could stand to go and heal up a little bit, or we could just heal up right here, actually. We should have some potions. So, I forgot to check. Firestone, do you do anything for us? No. I mentioned it before. Evolutions are kind of sort of randomized, so I don't know what evolves when. Ooh, Beldum. Beldum's a fun Pokemon. Once again, I think the strat is to bring out Bob. Also for you guys, I like kind of referring to chat when we have opportunities to name Pokemon and stuff like that. If you guys take a particularly long time, I will go ahead and name them something. I agree, Sea Noodle is a really nice name. Well picked. Nothing like Rhythm Reaper. I would tell you guys the story of the etymology of my name, how I came up with it, where I got the inspiration, but that'll be a story for another time. Huntress Helsing. Helsing? Oh god. Where's Alucard? Oh no. Alucard's been reduced to a plate. What happened? Oh, Alucard, what have they done to you? So yeah, that's the other thing. The trainer class, it renames the entire trainer class. So now all bug catchers are huntresses. Which is fascinating. But there's gonna be some Bobs. The next two names should be Thee and Builder. So Sea Noodle, I think you might have noticed, we've got Bob, we've got Robert. I have plans for a Robbie, a Bobby, possibly a Bobbert. Anyway, we're gonna talk to this girl in ponytails who explains to us that if a trainer, if we happen to catch a trainer's gaze, we have to fight them. Anyway, here's Gyarados, who you may recognize from our very popular Dungeons & Dragons campaign. He is our barbarian, who aspires to be something like Thor. A fellow Gary. Yeah, what's one more Gary on the pile? Minor Chica, we haven't gotten your favorite Pokemon yet for this. I know you mentioned Riolu for the last randomizer we did, but I just want to check if that's still the one that you want to go with for this one. Riolu and Lucario are both in here, so please do let me know. Anyway, who is this guy? Staff member Zane. Ah, Zane from Borderlands 4. And he has a bug type. Anyway, that opens us up to a nice, good flying type move. I guess it's Youngster. Youngster is moved over to Huntress, and Bugcatcher is now staff member. Anyway, we beat up Zane. I'm sorry, he's from Borderlands 3, but he's present in Borderlands 4. Slight spoiler if you haven't played the game yet, go play Borderlands 4. It's great, especially on single player. Did we transition over to the other route? I know there's like a route transition right here. I'm gonna say no. And if we did transition, we're just gonna catch the next Pokemon possible. Alright, well thankfully we outspeed. We're just gonna hit it with a Judgment. Okay, we'll call that negligence on my part. Pokegear. Did we cross the boundary? Route 31, Route 30. I think the boundary's like right here. Okay, it seems like we may have technically crossed the boundary into Route 31. Let's catch us a Dark Cave Pokemon. Or try to. Heal up our boy Bob. And see what we can find in the darkness. A Swampert. Yo! Swampert! That's my girl Swampert! I love her! If I had a nickel for every Pokemon I've tried to catch already that had Mudshot that didn't affect my Pokemon, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's a little weird that it's happened twice consecutively like this. Anyway, we're about to spend 6 Pokeballs trying and probably failing to catch a Swampert. Never mind, we caught a Swampert. And do we have any name suggestions? Its arms are as hard as rock, by the way, and it can break boulders really easily. I am very open to suggestions, but if there is no suggestions, I have a name in mind. Bobster? Hear me out, though, Sea Noodle. It's a girl. Shouldn't it have a more feminine name like Roberta rather than Bobster? Or we could even shorten it down to just Berta. Bobstina. Okay, okay. You got me there. You've got me with Bobstina. Welcome onto the team, Bobstina. Let's take a look at you. Let's inspect. What have you got? What's going on with Bobstina? Thoroughly coning. You raise your evasion in a hailstorm. You have Giga Drain for some frickin' reason. You shouldn't be anywhere near the grass, Bobstina. But that's fine. So, technical error on my part. That Pidgeotto was technically our encounter for this route. I'm going to choose to ignore that. And we're going to try to catch a Pokemon in this patch of tall grass. Because I hadn't noticed that we transitioned over into a new patch. Into a new route. Let's see if we can catch this Poliwag. Shall we? Oh yeah, that is going on the team. Alright, the direction of its belly spiral differs by area. The equator is thought to have an effect on this. Alright. This one can be Bobster. For you, Sea Noodle. Alright, so for those of you who are unfamiliar with this strat, I like to just put the lowest level member of my party in the front and have it all kind of trickle down like that. And then swap it out, keep it in order so that, you know, our lowest level Pokemon get some opportunity to get some experience when we go into battle. Oh, Magcargo. Let's try out a Mud Bomb. Yeah, we are like 4 times resistant to that move. Yeah, okay, critical hit too. Bobstina, you're doing great, sweetie. I think Mudkip and its evolutions are up there with some of my favorite starters. Anyway, let's see what this guy has for us. We are fighting Staff Member Symmetra. Oh, yep, we got Symmetra up in here with... There's her fucking turret! It's Symmetra, alright! Yeah, that's Symmetra. Alright. Her turrets are shooting spheres of aura. That's, like, only slightly outside of typical Symmetra behavior. I'm genuinely a little bit surprised we got something that fits so well, so fast. That's cool. Another Beldum. Oh my god, it's just a 4-turret Symmetra. That's fucking hilarious. I love it. What is she doing? Symmetra, your turrets are not supposed to be able to do that. I think normally Beldums would have Levitate, but since abilities are randomized... Shadow Claw. Mudshot is 55 and reduces speed. Mud Bomb is 65 and reduces accuracy. I'd rather reduce accuracy and it's stronger, so... Shadow Claw it is. Bronzor. Oh, I get... You know what? The other ones are her teleporter. Bronzor is the teleporter. The other ones are the turret. That's fine. We're not breaking continuity. This fits too well. I hate it. If it's another freaking Beldum. Nope, another Bronzor. Okay, she traded out one of her turrets for a second teleporter. Someone get the Sombra. The Symmetra's using hacks. Teleporter's down, teleporter's down. Anyway, he's saying he'll pick us up some cool items, I think typically berries. In my experience, we basically never hear back from any of these guys. We're gonna go to the Pokemon Center and heal up before we switch out our Pokemon to be the proper level order. Yep, there's that Pidgeot. Which is what we were supposed to catch instead of the Poliwag. Oh, and here's Ethan, I think to give us the Palpad versus Recorder. Pretty much the same thing. Just lets us record certain fights, but only in specific situations. Basically, you won't experience it here in the overworld. You'll find it more in places like the Battle Frontier, which you don't have access to until right at or after the end of the game. You don't have access to it until post-game. Or it lets you record online battles, which we won't be experiencing, and I never experienced in my youth. Wait, you're already calling us? Just to talk about his Pokemon. Anyway, let's bring Bobster out front. I don't think we had a good look at Bobster. What's your thing? Blaze. That's not very useful for you, Bobster. Let's hope you have a Fire-type move somewhere on your repertoire. Chat, this Bobster is really good at Fire-type moves when it's hurting. For some weird reason. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and save in case of, data corruption and all. But Pokemon Soul Silver is really easy as a Nuzlocke compared to something like Pokemon White version, because at 4 Pokemon, I think 4 Pokemon is absolute max that you can have before you need to be fighting the first gym. We've still got 1, 2, at least 3 more encounters we can do to try to catch a Pokemon. And we missed one. So in terms of sheer catchability, there's so many more routes you can get to before your first gym. And so many more opportunities to catch Pokemon. So we have, of course, right here, Route 32. Now, this does mean we won't get a Route 32 catch after the gym. But there's a Vigoroth. A decent normal type Pokemon, I guess. Oh, yeah. Sea Noodle, this is your first stream. You don't know about the sound alerts thing. So, basically, there's an overlay that should be on your screen, just a little kind of like purple chat icon wearing headphones. If you hover your mouse over the screen, should say sound alerts, and when you tap on it, give it a second to load, it'll give you a whole bunch of options for sounds that you can play on stream. Such as... Just to give an example, if you guys are interested, this is why, if you're watching over on YouTube, say hi YouTube everybody, this will be going up as a VOD, you should come over and check us out on stream. And if you're on stream right now, we have a whole bunch of YouTube VODs that are up that you can go watch. You can go see our Pokemon White playthrough that didn't go all too well. Yes, you have acquired a great power. Be sure to abuse it like everyone before you has. Because I assure you, they have abused it. Okay, this guy is quite powerful, so we're gonna have to send in Bob. Let me know, also, if there's any issues with the overlay. I haven't had any issues with it recently, and I believe that me testing it right then is kind of proof of it being functional right now. Oh, it didn't die. That's good. That's good. Meaning we still have the opportunity to catch this Mon. Now, Vigoroth seems very much like a Robbie to me. What do you guys think? We have another name that we need to submit. And Vigoroth in particular feels like a Robbie. You know? Just my suggestion, but I'm open to hearing what you guys want to name this guy as well. You know what? I'll give you guys a moment to think about it while I open up some messages and take a look at them. Nothing? Alright. We'll be going with Robbie then. But now we do need to go and buy some more Pokeballs, and I suppose we could go check out what else the shop has. Because the special shop, in case you didn't notice last time, has some randomized stuff. So this guy's got a Lemonade, a Red Flute, and a Max Ether. Normally you can't buy those anywhere else in the world. Ethers are just things you have to find on the ground, typically. We don't have enough money for... Wait, those potions? I like to buy Pokeballs typically 10 at a time so I can get a Premier Ball as a bonus. Anyway, now we're gonna go heal our Pokemon, partially because of our new guy. And also because Robert isn't looking so well. And we'll put them in order and we can go and get our Runes of Alph check. Yeah, so it's Runes of Alph and then Bellsprout Tower are the two checks we have left. Oh, we can also talk to a guy in this house right here. This kid wants a Lanoon for a Gloom, which, in my opinion, great trade. Oh, we forgot to check Robert. Robert. Or Robbie. My bad. We forgot to look at what you've got. Power Gem, Headbutt, Spike Cannon, Constrict, and raises evasion in a Hellstorm. Just like Bobstina. Yes, these are some fascinating Pokemon with some fascinating moves and abilities. That's the power of the randomizer. Anyway, we have a little slightly block puzzle. Oh. Whoa. Crazy. And then this weird science nerd guy is like, whoa, you fell, you must have done something. Here's a report. Be part of our science crew. And we're like, no, that's nerd shit. Granted, so is playing a Pokemon game, but like... Alright, alright. There should be an encounter. What do we have? What lives in these ruins? What? It's vanilla? Oh, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. It's vanilla, guys. Okay, let's hit it with a judgment call. Okay, judgment decided we're not catching an unknown. Because that would be far too unreasonable. And, in my opinion, fair. I'm not playing this game with a fucking unknown. Oh god, it's... Oh no, it's the Alphabet Mafia. Honestly, we could have caught it and just named it Bob but gay. Because it's part of the Alphabet Mafia. To whom it may concern, I am two of the letters in the Alphabet Mafia. Please do not be angry at me. For I am trans and lesbian. Okay, so... We're now on Route 36. But we have Headbutt. So we might be able to catch a Pokemon here. Okay. We didn't get it after our first try. We're not going to try again. Mostly because we will circle back here and I don't want to not have an encounter when we do circle back here. I'll give it one shot. However, Headbutt does give us something really powerful. The ability to encounter Pokemon in towns. So we have an encounter for Violet City. That normally we would wait until we get a fishing rod or surf to be able to get. But since we've caught a Pokemon with Headbutt, although we can also get it with Rock Smash after we beat the gym. So there's basically a ton of ways to encounter a Pokemon here. I forget how Headbutt works. I don't think there's any way to know ahead of time if... I think it's like certain trees, and there's no way to know which trees. Which is unfortunate. I don't even know if trees in towns have actual encounters. That's very frustrating. Also, we know that there's an item here, a Starf Berry. I'm assuming that's modeled after a Starfruit. Yep. Sharply raises one of its stats in a pinch. Well, since nobody else seems to have an item on pickup, let's give that to Bobstina. My girl Bobstina, and let's go to Bellsprout Tower, which has our last encounter. Now, we've unfortunately not been super lucky. I'd like to see if we can catch something before we fight this guy. Oh, Totodile! My baby boy! This is the guy I always choose when I play Soul Silver. This was my first Pokemon. Oh, we've got to catch you. Oh, look at this uproarious little scamp. Okay, let's switch out. Send out Robbie. We'll do Constrict because it really doesn't do a lot of damage. I think we can chance one more Constrict. Partially because it's a starter, and starters generally have really low catch rates. Chat, my baby, my first Pokemon is coming full circle back to the team. Oh, I would have loved to have you in the Premier Ball, my child. My son. We aren't naming this guy a Todd derivative. A Bob derivative, that is. He must be special. He has to be special to make up for all the dumb nicknames I gave him as a child. Or rather, how many times I restarted the game so that I could name him the same dumb nickname. Or resorting to the old AB tactic. Bobadile or Todabobble. It needs to be better. We gotta go with like Red Eye or Redfin. Or Fang. We could just call him Fang. I will spend all 10 all, like, what is it, 8 now? Remaining Pokeballs. We got you. Yes. My boy. My baby. My son. You are Fang. Sorry, chat. You don't get to weigh in on this one. The naming of my firstborn is between me and not chat. Anyway, now we need to go back to the Poke Center and heal up our children. But before I do that, let me just check something. Do any of you evolve using this? No? I can't be too sure. Anyway, let's give... Oh, what have you got? TM38? Son, what were you doing with that? Shockwave! Why are 3 of you able to learn this? Bobster, learn Shockwave. Okay, we also need to look at what Fang, like what's your deal? Steadfast. Raises speed each time the Pokemon flinches. Okay. So we kind of want people to flinch you, so it raises your speed? Okay. Well, we got a full party in the first episode. That is, frankly, kind of rare. Full party in the first hour? Not rare. But that was impossible in the white version randomizer. Hence why I was kind of really excited to switch over to Soul Silver. The thing you guys really aren't ready for is the X and Y randomizer. The one where we can just catch Mega Evolutions in their Mega Evolved form and keep them like that. you know, bringing that up, mentioning it, because it is a possibility. I have goofed around with the settings for that before, and I think I actually played a little bit of it. It was crazy. Thrud! Hunter Thrud! Thorstotter! What are you doing here? Let's send in Robbie, because Robbie, I believe, has a fighting type attack to deal with this little Meowth who is going to slash at us. Makes sense, makes sense. He's making use of those claws. Nope. Who had a fighting type attack? It was Bobstina, wasn't it? Yep, wake up slap. Well, since we're here, let's make use of Power Gem and then maybe Spike Cannon. What is that? Tucked in its head? Are you using Head Smash? Well, not for long, you're not. Bobster grew to level 4. Swablu. Oh no, you're not kidding me with that Swablu. What we're gonna do is send Bobster back in. Oh well, the daughter of the god of thunder getting hit with a shockwave. Stealth Rock. It's a bad point in the battle to be setting up. I guess we're like midway through. You do have one Pokemon left. And this is currently one of my weakest Pokemon. Ominous Wind. And another Swablu. Let's see, I know Swablu's part normal type. It's normal flying right now, which means Ominous Wind will do nothing for us. Ooh, Feather Dance. Anyway, Shockwave again. Fun! Take that, Thrud. You hunter. So, the Hunter-Huntress classes are things that I took from Ruby. Just for anyone curious, that's RWBY, the anime with where every weapon is also a gun. Hello, what are you? Or rather, who are you? I know you're a hunter. What are you? Who are you? Susie? From the hit game Deltarune? I don't think Susie would make a team out of a Jigglypuff. That seems unrealistic. But I'm guessing they're also seemingly more focused on all being normal types in here, which is cool. Kind of gives me the ability to just kind of wake up slap everybody. But I only have so much wake up slap PP. Ditto. Oh. Send in Bob. We'll send in Bob. The charge beam will take care of it. I love Ditto. Ditto's such a cool Pokemon. Ah! Oh my god! It doesn't know Transform! Ditto doesn't know Transform! Oh, the movesets are I keep forgetting the movesets are randomized, and what I'm expecting, and it keeps flashing me, what I'm expecting out of a given Pokemon isn't what I'm going to get. Oh my god, we can't hit it. It flashed us too many times. This is heart-wrenching. And we've got a switch, it's just demolishing us. It's stuck as a normal type, just a ball of jelly. Don't hit us with the flash. Thunderbolt doesn't hit us. So, of course, we're gonna Wake Up Slap, so we can get rid of you quickly and efficiently. God, that's so weird. And then Swablu again. For which, since Bob is so hurt, we will send out Bobster. I got so excited. We got to experience, like, oh yeah, randomizer doing randomizer stuff. Because you see Ditto, and the only thing on my mind is, oh, it's going to transform into me, so I need to go to something that I can be strong against while being that thing. But because the movesets are randomized, it doesn't have transform, so we have to work around that. And it also means that just any Pokemon we encounter might have transform. We might get transform one of these level ups. Alright, do we have any potions left? I would very much like to heal up. No. We have no potions and no berries. Let's really hope we don't need Bob. Anyway, Susie tells us to coexist. A choice band. I hate that item. It's part of what got me killed in the white playthrough. I won't lie. Rhyperior? What are you doing here? I have a water type attack. Man. Bobstina, beat this guy up. Beat this gal up. Beat this lady up. Hit her with a mud bomb. Shit her pants. Good job, Bobstina. You successfully shit her pants. It's also cool. We have 2 water-type starters on the team currently. We're gonna go back and heal up. I didn't know there were fucking Rhyperiors in here. We should also definitely take a minute to check what our Pokemon's stats are. Because again, I have no idea if stats are randomized, and I don't know what they normally are even. This is fun. This is so weird and fun, and I love it. I'm gonna have to go digging through the files to see how these guys evolve, or when they evolve, or if they evolve. Alright, you are good with attack. That's normal. You're good with defense and attack. You're really fast and a good physical attacker. Not too surprising. You are good physical attack and special defense. Noted. Special defense, special attack. Good, good. I think I might have left stats alone, because these are shaping up to be pretty in line with what they are. The ones that I know. Oh, my cat is howling. We have a joke in my house that my cat is actually a dog because he acts like a dog. He howls. He screams. He has the temperament of a dog. Very cuddly, meets you at the door type of thing. He is a dog in a cat body. Which is funny, because my friend also thought that I'd be more of a dog person, and then I picked the most dog-like cat that has ever existed. Anyway, who are you? What's your deal? Swaying like leaves in the wind? Hunter Maga? Get the feeling this guy is going to absorb a lot of damage. Let's go with Bob. Bob needs to defend his honor. After that absolutely atrocious fight. Also, Bob, our starter, has not gained a single move since we got him. These are the 2 moves he had when we picked him up, and I'm starting to fear these are the 2 moves he will have at level 100. Sorry, my friends are talking about Schedule 1, that famous game where you get to sell drugs. Oh no, ditto. No. Not like this. Judgment. I pass judgment onto thee, and a judgment says that you suck. I was right. Judgment did say that he sucked. Eevee. Oh, Eevee. I kind of hate Eevee. I hate Eevee for its popularity. I agree that it's a cool Pokemon, but it does not deserve the popularity that it gets. It gets such preferential treatment over so many other Pokemon because it can be so many other Pokemon. Which is good. I think a lot of Pokemon should get a little bit more, you know, eyesight than they get. Anyway, there's a Repel in here. Yes, Alfred? Who are we fighting? Hunter Gold. Gold, huh? Fascinating. Okay, we got Teddy Ursa. I'm saving Bob Stina's PP for the final fight here. So we can fight the Elder. And Teddy Ursa's going for the flash technique. Love seeing that. Where I just can't land a fucking hit. You dick. Get drilled. And pecked. That didn't do enough. Okay. Oh, you're ingraining? Chat, this teddy bear just put down roots. We might have to kill this guy. Steven, I'm sorry, but we might have to kill this guy. Accuracy fell. I mean, if we can hit him with another charge beam, it won't matter. Yep, and then we'll switch out because our accuracy's bad either way. And we don't want to do the rest of the fight like that. Fang learned Brine. Okay. Oh, battle's done. Okay, who are you? What's your deal? The Elder's TM lights up even pitch black darkness. I believe field move TMs were left alone in the randomizer. So it might still be Flash. Anyway, he has a Meowth. For which we will fight him with Robert. Oh, Howl. Alfred, my cat. Why is this game emulating my cat? Why is your cat howling like mine does? I just talked about... What is happening? Am I in the simulation? Am I like deep-rooted in the code? Do I already know what's gonna happen before it happens? Unlikely. Oh, hey, Wade's calling us. What's up, Wade? I'm kind of in a tower right now. And he's got some berries he wants to share with us. That's fucking dope. I do wonder if those get randomized, or if those are stuck in vanilla. I know some things don't tend to randomize as much as others. And then we've got... Who are we fighting? I love the random names. Hunter Sombra. Oh, Sombra. I will take great pleasure in killing you. Fuck saving our moves for the old man. What are you... Teddy Ursa tucked in its head. Oh no. Wake up, Slap. Wake up, Slap. Wake it up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, Sombra. Here comes the Skull Bash. Chat, Sombra is, like, my least favorite character in that game by so much. I haven't played Overwatch in a hot minute. Partially because of Sombras. I hate them. Deeper... Get your ass out of my chat. Don't be doing that. Chat, don't be posting links in my chat. Don't be doing that. Oh, I don't even have anything for paralysis. Oh wait, I do have the old chateau. Old chateau! Giving you this tea brick. You showed us what you've got, and it is indeed good. Take this technical machine. However, you should care more about your Pokemon. The way you treat your Pokemon can be too harsh. Remember, Pokemon are not tools of war, Ares. He calls himself the Elder, but he was no match for me. Sure enough, those who lecture how you should be nice to Pokemon, they cannot defeat me. All I care about are strong Pokemon that win every time. The rest of them don't mean anything to me. Honestly, this is very Ares-coded dialogue. Incredible that it happened. Weepin' Bell, how fitting for you to be here in this tower. However, we have our encounter here, and I'm not wasting any of my health and PP on you. We found a light clay. Normally that'd be an escape rope so that we could get out of here. Anyway, let's fight this guy. And he is Dragonborn Pomni. Oh god, Pomni's the next Dragonborn. And she has a dragon. Oh my god. She's gonna Fusarada at us. This is actually really funny, and I cannot wait to see what the gym leader is. Because whatever the gym leader is, all the gym leaders are going to be... Probably won't be Dragonborn, but it could have been. Just think of that. All the most powerful people in the region, they're a bunch of Dragonborns. But no, all of the old people become Dragonborns now. If you're an Elder, you're a Dragonborn. This one just happens to be Pomni from the hit show The Amazing Digital Circus. I'm upset that she's heal stalling us right now. God. You'll run out of roost eventually, Swablu. You can't do this indefinitely. Pomni, I swear to God. You need a longer cooldown on your shouts. This is ridiculous. The worst part is, it's gaining slightly more health. It is slightly outpacing us. But we got a critical hit. That crit is what mattered. Guillotine? Guillotine? We have Guillotine. Zigzagoon. Go Bobstina. Go Bobstina. Guillotine. So now I need that item that brings up your accuracy, and if we could get a move that increases accuracy. My Starfberry! You jerk! It used that shout that disarms us. Bobstina can learn Seed Bomb. Hear me out, chat. Seed Bomb and Mud Bomb? Bobstina is Bombstina. Bobstina, we might go rename you to Bombstina. Teddy Ursa. Oh, Teddy Ursa. Of course. The Dragonborn summons a bear. Thankfully, we are stronger than the bear. Bombstina, right? The fact that we have 2 bomb moves is pretty cool. We're gonna have to keep that. TM70. Alright, is it actually Flash? It is! And I think field moves... Okay, not able to be learned by anyone, but they are able to be learned by a few Pokemon. Oh. We could set up something really interesting with Robbie. Hear me out on this strat, chat. So Robbie's got Guillotine. So our setup could be Flash to keep the enemy from being able to actually attack us. And then another move that potentially increases our accuracy. So we start spamming those, and then we hit them with Guillotine, which is very low accuracy, but will kill them instantly if it's able to hit. We'll cancel for now. Because we do... Well... We will want Flash in the future. Just in case something happens to Robbie between now and the point that we need Flash, and we aren't able to have him on the team. We are gonna run. I'm just a little bit cautious. I want to hit that Poke Center. Actually, you are currently the weakest. We could probably stand to do a couple of battles in here before we hit the gym. The gym is gonna be scary. It is on par with our highest level Pokemon right now. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Kecleon! You don't have your typical signature ability, or at least you probably don't. I think those dorks are still talking about... Yep, they're still talking about formula. No. Oh god, I don't schedule one. I haven't played that game in so long. I did play it for a little bit. I don't think I played it on stream. Alfred, what are you yelling about? I know you have both food and water. You probably need enrichment then. Wait, Bombstina. You have Seed Bomb. You have a bomb for this. I mean, like, sure, it's not stab, but it's gonna be pretty good. No, oh no, Bombstina's confused. Oh no. Oh well, here's some seed bombs. Alright, let's get outside so that we can grind just a little bit in a more convenient area. We actually might be on track to get a gym badge today. I think the gym leader should be about level 13 for his ace, which is about what we've got. Just to be sure, I'll bring our ace up to 15. And also, a heads up for you guys, when it comes to Nuzlocks, I do not ascribe myself to follow level caps. Because fuck that. Anyway, let's get out here, fight some wild mons. Hit him with some power gems. I'm sure he'll like that. Just eat it, eat it. Oh, he didn't. He ate it. Yeah, I forgot Munchlax is kind of a fucking tank. Bring out Bombstina. It'll be a minute before we can hit the move, or the Pokemon renamer. Alright, we're poisoned now, and that's bad. Because we'll take continuous poison damage while we're moving around in the overworld. Like that. It will stop before we die. But it won't stop before we die if we're in battle. Bombstina, Bombastic Side-Eye, same thing, you know? This is another Munchlax. Highly defensive. We'll send Bob in. Sorry guys, just trying to get comfortable. This chair, I've had it for a few years, and this chair is starting to get a little bit uncomfortable. If I had the funds, I'd probably go and try to buy a new one. Minor Chica, you never answered me before. I'm gonna have to message you offline. At this rate. Oh wait, we might die from poison if this keeps up. We don't want that. Okay, I got an answer from her. Finally. So Minor Chica, your favorite's clause is Riolu. That is set in stone. And for everybody else watching at home, a reminder that we will take your favorites, your favorite Pokemon, if you're able to tell me. And we'll try to catch it. Alright, I'm pretty sure it said survived, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, they'll hang on with 1 HP, and then the poison will go away outside of battle. So we're just gonna, you know, do that. knows all of this. Okay, back to the game. Okay, Munchlax is going to be a massive thorn in our side. Kind of tempted to go back into the Sprout Tower, because then we wouldn't be dealing with poison so much. Oh, come on. Don't poison us again, man. Bobstina. Okay, we probably won't do Gym Badge tonight. We'll do a little bit more grinding. Well, then again, I could just go a little bit longer than normal so that I can get the Gym Badge. I'll leave that up for debate. Oh, it didn't poison us. We can keep fighting. Aha! Honestly, we were getting better experience. Wait, we need to pick up those berries from Wade. Ah, how could I forget? I forgot what his name was in the battle, too. I'm so sorry. Ooh, Apricorn. I think we forgot to grab this. And to talk to this guy, but he just tells us he's sleepy and he can't move another step. A Rossberry, good for burns. Okay, that's it. That's it. See, I know there's a Pidgeot here. Oh, hey, look, it's a Pidgeot. Which is good experience, because it's a fully evolved Pokemon, technically, as far as experience goes. And good for Bob, because it's a flying type, which we can electrify using Charge Beam. We should probably have sent Bobster our Poliwag, since it also has an electric type move, but doesn't suffer the weakness from flying type moves. Notes for future me. Notes for future me. Alright. I've had a minute to think on it. My throat is getting kind of sore. We probably won't push time very much. Ooh, Hitmonchan. Hello. Hello again. Well, not again. I believe this is the first time we're seeing you. Oh, Robbie did level up, so Robbie needs to move. I think Robert is the best choice for... ah! You dare peck me? Well, then I'll drill peck you. You pecker. You person who pecks. I.e. a pecker. No double meaning to that word at all. So we also don't know what type the gym is going to be. That's very exciting. I personally like to keep track of the gems so that we can potentially do something with that later on. I like to do little doodles of the mashup. So like last time we had like a dark library, so I designed like a bookshelf that was covered in darkness. My own personal little doodles. I'm sharing the concepts behind them, but I probably won't show the doodles because I'm not super happy with my art. Haven't been for a hot minute. By a hot minute, I mean a few years. Avalanche? Oh no, that's powerful since we just attacked it. Not very effective, but it did get a boost in power. Because it moved second. Let's switch out to Bob, because Bob needs to level up. We could try out the trainers in the gym, see what their power level is at. Yeah, if we're able to take them on without any issue, like no type issues, no level issues, then we can probably take on the gym. Bob finally learned a second move. Bob learned Sky Attack. Bob finally has a stab move. Yeah, sure, that puts us in go mode. Alright, so we're gonna heal up, and then we'll get some healing items from the shop. And then we're gonna tackle the gym. This, unlike our Pokemon White playthrough, has been very, very productive for the first episode. And it'll probably continue being productive. I fucking love this game. I liked Pokemon Black and White too. And that's TOO, not the number 2. Because I've never played 2. But I liked Black and White. I enjoyed them as a kid. But man, I never realized, just in terms of challenges, how little it gives you. Alright, what have you got for me? What's our gym? What's the first gym? Diglett. You're a ground type gym, way up in the air. Fascinating. Well, I think Bobstina might... No, Bobstina doesn't have a water type. Oh god! Great! Congrats on your defense upgrade. You are not coming out again, ever. Oh my god. Okay, severe issues with typing. They're a ground type gym. We do have... We have Bobster, who has now 2 water type moves, or at least access to a second one. Bubble Beam, which is 65 and lowers speed, or Water Pulse, which is 60 but might confuse. I was kind of thinking I'd want Bubble Beam. It's like slightly stronger. I'd rather have Confusion. Yeah, I'd rather have Confusion, honestly. We'll take that slight decrease in power for the sake of keeping a better secondary effect. That was frightening. Bobstina almost fell like a sack of bricks to this ground-type gym in the sky. Bobster, I think we're gonna keep Bobster out. Well, no. You have Brine, which does what? Hits more health if they're below half their health. Hits more damage. Okay. Bobster, it's time for you to prove your worth. We need you now to prove your worth. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, Bob has the grass plate. Bob can be extremely useful to us here. By way of Judgment, which is now a grass type move. Being a flying type, it will be immune to ground type moves themselves. Hit you with acid, just to kind of refrain from wasting PP for a move that we don't necessarily need. Leveling up fast. Swinub again. Oh, this is Heimdall, by the way, and he's a pirate. I forgot to check what our last guy we fought was. These are pirates. And Heimdall, being the gatekeeper before the gym leader, is kind of poetically nice. Poetically Edda nice, if you will. And let's save, just in case there's any unfortunate corruption and everything shuts off all of a sudden for strange reasons. Alright, Falconer. Violet City Gem Leader. The ground type in the sky. Android Winston. Winston. The android. It wouldn't be too beneficial to send in Bob yet. Not when Water Pulse probably can take care of this guy. With a critical hit? Yeah, it sure can. Vampy? Alright. Alright, Bob. It's your turn. Winston has an elephant. The wind is finally with us in this in the Sky Islands. I pass judgment upon you. You robot Winton. Winton. It used sacred fire. Bob! No! No, Bob! Don't do this! Bob Stina, get in there! Finish this guy off! You're resistant to sacred fire. I used Shadow Claw by mistake. Okay, that's a fighting type move, not a grass type. Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb him. Oh my god. Well, we beat the gym. So, that's good news. We obtained the Zephyr badge. And a new TM, which we don't know what it does yet. U-turn. That's... Bugsy normally gives us U-turn. And the only one that can learn it is dead. Well, chat, that was a very eventful first session of this. I'm very upset that we lost our starter. But Professor Elm is going to give us an egg to make up for it, which is actually pretty cool. We have a slot in our party that can now be filled by an egg. And we have no idea what this egg is going to be, so be nice. Of course, Nuzlocke rules, we now have to put our dead Pokemon away. We have some Nuzlockers, they release the Pokemon. I like to put them in a graveyard. And loot their body. Alright, taking too long. Okay, we don't have enough letters for graveyard. Hopefully cemetery. Cemetery it is. We will have to put Bob in the cemetery, and thus we can end our Bob-related naming schemes, I think. We'll heal up our remaining Pokemon and go pick up that egg, and that's where we're going to leave this for today. It's been tragic, it's been eventful, but most of all, it's been fun. And that's because of you guys, the viewers. You make this genuinely so fun and so interesting to do. Oh, our mom went and bought things. She got us a super potion. How nice of her. Anyway, you have an egg for me. What do you need? Oh, we can't afford better Pokeballs yet? Well, we've still got 8, so... Or, not can't afford, but won't get any. Because they're not available in the shop yet. That's unfortunate. Anyway. Oh, Kimono Girl. Coming to size us up. They're like, oh, you've got an egg. That's so cool. Anyway, catch you later. So, as I said, that is where we are going to end off for today. It's been great. If you're over on YouTube, be sure to check us out on twitch.tv/rhythmreaper146. There's also a link in the description down below, or at least there should be. For those of you watching on Twitch, like I said earlier, go over to YouTube, check us out. We've got a bunch of VODs that are up there. We've got the entire Pokemon White playthrough. We've got Red Dead Redemption, which should be coming out fairly soon. For the ones on YouTube, it should be already well out by now. It's not completed. We've just started playing Red Dead. First time playing it. I have no idea what's going on in the story. But I'm having fun with it. There's a little bit of Minecraft. There is our D&D podcast thing that we do, which we tragically lost the first episode of. But we have all the other stuff. It's still fun. It's still interesting. I recommend you go check all that out. And in the meantime, have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great rest of your day, week, month. I will see you guys in the next one. It's been great. Goodbye.